and the Town. Sponsored by Manscaped.
Hello and welcome to Oh and the Town. I'm Luke Gregory and here's what's coming up today. A day late, but the hype is building as the season opener draws nearer and nearer. It's getting exciting. The best time of the season is upon us. There's also been a few players missing at the moment in these pre-season friendlies. Why on earth is that? And who will make this starting 11 come the Peterborough game at 3 o'clock on Saturday? We also answer your Instagram questions and plenty more. And tonight, Bataro joins me back. We've not got Dave with us because he's currently enjoying a bit of time off and some holiday. About time, very well deserved. And 24 hours late, Bataro.
Yeah, mate, always late, ain't we?
Yeah,
Hey?
but mainly because I had a well busy day at work yesterday. I didn't get home till like mega late. So, thought, best option is to come do it today.
Which has probably upset a few people.
Yeah, it's fine. But how are you? Because you've been suffering with COVID and you're still struggling a little bit, aren't you? But you've tested negative a few times, which is why you're here tonight.
And to be honest, mate, hang on, I actually did bring something with me as well.
What'd you bring?
Just to clarify, I should have to clarify there again.
Just to clarify that
I'm negative.
Oh, he is negative. There you go.
So, no, I had to bring that just to show you because I know it's not a nice thing when someone comes around your house and they're coughing and sputtering and whatever else. So, yeah. But no, yeah, just happy to be back, to be honest. Obviously, a lot of people had it a lot worse. Obviously, seeing on Twitter, obviously, that the other Luton fan.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Mr. Adair, but yeah.
And we send our best wishes
yeah.
because I suppose you've been bedbound for the last 2 weeks and...
Well, to be honest, mate, I've not been that bad compared to some people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It
exactly.
just puts it into perspective, doesn't it, a little bit. So, but obviously, best wishes all out. To people struggling or whatever, it's not, I take it back. When if I ever said it's just not an illness, that, but yeah. Like I said, I feel a lot worse now.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not even like I can say, oh, but you're better now because you're not. You're still struggling a little bit.
I feel, yeah, mate, second week was, I was fine. Comes up 3-4 days ago. As soon as I was negative, breathing's gone. Obviously, you can probably hear it a bit. Yeah, funny.
You're just too excited, man. You're just out of breath talking about football already.
It's got me going.
It's going back quickly. Lost 3-1 to Brighton at the weekend. A result that obviously doesn't matter. But I guess you kind of look at it and it's kind of like, it's not end of the world. It's a good way for players out there to just get that final bit of match experience before the game on Saturday, isn't it?
Oh, of course. I mean, I'll be honest, I sat there and watched the whole thing at work, so I shouldn't be saying something like that. But watched the full match replay of the Brighton game. And to be honest, I think, I thought he played very well. People might disagree, but I thought, don't get it wrong, it's Brighton. They play possession football. They've beaten Premier League teams 3-1, or I think they beat Man United 3-2 last year or something like that. So, look, although it's a pre-season game, it gets the players moving a bit more, gives them a bit more fitness, like you say. So, and look, we had chances as well. It's not we didn't create nothing. We looked half decent. A bit sloppy at times, but look, we'll get there.
We'll touch on the game a tiny bit. I don't want to focus too much on it now because this is a few days ago. But some 3-word reviews from the weekend. Will says moments of quality. Jay says Kit looked insane. Richard say Brighton looked class. Ryan says Ray was useless. Ad says one more week. Dwayne, now it starts. LTFC Dave says not playoff quality. And Harry says attacking midfielder needed. I guess from like Will's comment, moments of quality, if you just focus on the goals that were scored by Brighton, and in particular the one in the second half where the guys absolutely put Osho on the floor, like you got to say, it's just there's, and even Connolly's finish, you just got to say, look, these guys have just got that extra bit, haven't they?
Well, yeah, of course. That's why they stay there. That's why they've stepped that level above. They stayed in that division. You don't do that by being shy, do you? So, like I said, they've done that to teams in the Premier League quality. So, but no, like you say, I don't understand. What's that thing? What's his name? Connolly. What's that all about?
Yeah, I don't know.
Knob.
I don't know. Do you know what? I think when Connolly was on loan with us, I don't think he was happy with the amount of games he played. Yeah. But didn't he join us in a promotion-winning season? And it was kind of like, mate, like you can't come into this team and expect to be in that starting 11. Like we're doing well.
Yeah, of course. That's it. I mean, and back then he was a lot younger as well. So
yeah,
and up and coming, he hadn't really proved himself or anything else. But I mean, excuse me, he. The only time I remember him playing actually was against Charlton away when we actually lost. I think 3-1.
Yeah, I think that was the only time he did play.
27 or 30, whatever it was. So, but that's the only time I really remember that he played and he came on. But yeah, look, I don't know much about him, but yeah, either way.
I've just turned your mic up because I feel you're talking very quietly, mate.
No offense, I'm trying to. God,
No, just
bullying me here.
get a bit closer to the microphone. Come on. Jay says kit looked insane, and let's be honest, I think I turned my mic up. That's probably what the problem is. The kit did look really good. The new kits were released on Saturday at 11 o'clock. Which one's you liking? Because I really like that blue one, mate. I think that looks
it's
beautiful.
absolutely, yeah, there you go. Took the words out of my mouth there,
Easy.
mate. It is absolutely fantastic. I think that's the best. That's the away kit, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, really nice.
That's the best away kit I've seen for a long, long time.
Harry says attacking midfielder needed, and I don't know. Just at the moment, it feels like we're missing quite a few players, doesn't it? It doesn't feel like there's something gone on. It feels like I don't know if there's been positive cases at the club or if players are needing to isolate, because it is suspicious that quite a few are missing without
Is it due
reason.
to that track and trace app though, or whatever it's called? Yeah.
The thing is with that track and trace app is it's like you don't legally have to isolate unless you're told.
But are the footballers told to though? That's the thing. Is it like a football league rule? No, I don't know. Obviously, none of us really know. See, if someone knows, then they'd like to tell us. Then that's great. But
to be honest, like where I work, we don't take any risk. Like if someone's told by NHS to do it, it's like you do it. There's no risk. So maybe it is one of them things where it's like we can't afford to have half that starting 11 out against Peterborough on Saturday. So
of course. By the looks of it, it looks like about 6 players as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, it's not what you need, especially for the first game of the season when you're trying to sort something out. But yeah, look, I'm sure whoever plays on Saturday, we've got enough cover. We can do it. So,
if you look at the starting 11 that started the Brighton game, Sluga, Bree, Osho, Naismith, Potts, Ray, Pelly, Campbell, Cornick, on your Dinma, and Adebayo. Potts is looking doubtful for the weekend, but I guess if you said that starting 11 and hopefully you could put in Burke/Lockyer in for Potts and put Naismith at left back.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, to be honest,
that's a pretty strong team, isn't it?
Well, I mean, Naismith at left back. That's what. Me personally, that's what I would have thought would have happened at the start anyway. I couldn't see really Potts getting in there, but obviously you never know. I think he'd be used more as a centre half in the three maybe, but excuse me. But no, I mean, look, I think we've got enough cover. I said it. I genuinely think whoever plays on Saturday or whoever we haven't got, I think we can cope without them. And like I say, Nathan Jones said as well about Osho, potentially in a holding role as well. So I play him again. So look, I think we've got enough, excuse me, quality.
Do you think it is going to be that front three of Cornick,
to call him Fred, mate.
Cornick, Fred, and Adebayo? Do you reckon it's kind of been the three that's been go-to in this pre-season, hasn't it? I know Mendes Gomez has got a bit of time and has impressed in his time, but I've seen a lot of people saying, like, is Mendes Gomez ready to start these opening games?
Well, look, whether he's ready or not, I mean, it doesn't. I don't think it really matters, to be honest, because obviously you'll never know until you play someone. When it comes up to competition, then it's completely different. For me, I would personally start Clark on the right hand side.
Yeah,
that would be mine. So
I forgot
Fred
about
on the
Clark
left
again.
So Mr. Fred on your dimmer on the left. There you go. How crisp was that? Excuse me. Adebayo through the centre and Jordan Clark on the right hand side.
Yeah,
I would happily take that, and I'd probably play a flat three. See how it goes.
It's really exciting, isn't it? It's really exciting.
Oh mate, buzzing!
It's come around so quickly, and it's just, and this, like, looking at the team, everyone is getting excited. And I saw a prediction the other day. Someone's got us down to finish 6th, and this was like a neutral opinion. It was to go in the playoffs, and it's. Look, I know there's a lot of fans, and we're all kind of like hyping each other up, and everyone's like, we're looking good. We could do this year. We could get potential playoffs, but I think we've got to be a bit grounded and realistic that it's still going to be a tough season, but who knows?
I don't think we're idiots, though. See, I know obviously we become idiots sometimes. We get excited as human beings. Obviously, we all do. Obviously, it's I'm no stranger to being an idiot myself, but if we look at it realistically, why can't we better what we did last season? I know we've said it. We finished, 12th last season. Yeah. We could easily go and get another 2, 3, 4, 5 points. All right, that might not be enough to secure maybe 11th, 10th place. Obviously, it changes. Teams do better or worse than every year. Do you know what I mean? We'll never know, but, excuse me, as long as we get near that 60-point mark, I don't really mind where we finish.
I think I said last week, you look back at last season and you think of the amount of silly goals we conceded, the amount of games at home, like, for example, like that Birmingham home game, we were all over them and should have won. Blackburn at home, we go 1-0 up with 10 minutes to go and concede like a minute later. Yeah. And then like Nottingham Forest at home, they have 10 men and we draw 1-1. And you just think like, that's 3, and I know every team can do this, but that's like 3 games. And you think this year, if we can turn them home draws we had into them extra wins, that could be the way we progress and push forward.
Well, I mean, this is it. But then also on the flip side of it, the teams that we have maybe grabbed a 1-0 win against and maybe potentially been dominated or whatever else, they might be the games that we might lose this season. So I just think we need to put it in. We just need to look at it this way. Well, so you look at it however you like, but the way I would look at it is, as long as we control the game and we get the chances, just take your chances. If you can better the chance conversion rate and create the more chances, then why won't we be up there or floating about? Do you know what I mean? So,
and that's what we've spent the money on, isn't it? That's why we've brought in Fred at left wing or right wing, and we brought in Jerome and Musquet, yeah.
So
you know,
it's the Admiral, so that'd be
and Mendes Gomez. This is the reason we've spent this money to get these players in. So hopefully it is the one and the signings that is going to take us that step forward, which would be exciting.
Well, hopefully pace as well.
Well, exactly. And Cornick has equalled his goal tally from last season already. 1 goal.
Oh, mate.
But, you know, this is, I feel, even though this is a pre-season friendly, even though pretty much the goal meant absolutely nothing, confidence-wise for him to tuck away a one-on-one like that can only be a good thing for Harry Cornick going into the season, surely. Because last year...
He's a decent keeper as well.
Yeah, exactly. And last season, you know, maybe he did have a couple of chances where he could have scored. And I just think with Harry Cornick, he's got it. He just needs to be more confident when he's finishing. And I just think a finish like that is going to bring that confidence to him.
I'm glad you said that, because it's usually sitting there going, oh, Cornick, what's he doing? You know what I mean? But no, look, we all know about Cornick. We all know he's not the best finisher. But like you say, for his confidence, that would do the world of good. But whether he starts or not, that is a different story. I personally don't think he's going to start.
He's always one, though, when he's on the bench, you're happily for it. Yeah. There's times in a game where it's like, all right, let's bring on Harry Cornick, and you know what you're going to get. And let's not forget, this guy's been with us for 5-6 years now as well. Like he's.
Can we just say as well, I think he's massively progressed as well. Although he didn't score as many goals last season as he did the season before that, I still think he looked a lot better. I don't know, for me, people obviously moan about his crossing ability, his finishing ability. I don't think he got the chance to score as many goals last season. I think that was due to maybe, obviously, change of formation, I suppose. Nathan Jones came back in and whatever else. But like I say, he would frighten me. Even look, he'd frighten me anyway because I'm slow as anything. You know what I mean? I'm like a snail trying to chase a biscuit. But yeah,
biscuit.
But I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, no, mate, he's frightening. He's got pace to burn. So look, he'll make chances for the team, and that's what we got to look at. I know obviously we like to sit there and slate him a bit like Glenn Ray, but they do a job at sometimes. And those certain sometimes are special moments that will get you a point or they'll get you the 3 points. That's the way we need to look at it. And, some people might not, but that's the way I'm looking at it anyway, so.
Well, I'm hoping it's another good season for Harry Cornick and obviously just hoping it's another good season for the rest of the team, really. All right, coming up next, we've got some bits on opening games in the last 10 years. Producer Jake has done this really lovely bit here. He's saying he wants us to talk about our memories from these opening games over the last 10 years. So we'll do that straight after this message from our sponsors.
Oh, fucking hell. There we go, mate. Oh, hello.
Tara, what on earth are you doing?
What do you think, son? What do you think, mate? Oh, the light's brilliant on this. I'll tell you what, mate. Oh, it's great in the dark.
Well, today's podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming, champions of the world. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels, and they've just launched their 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You can join 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code OWhenTheTown at manscaped.com. But Tara, I finally gave you a couple after you were ill with COVID, and it's pretty good, isn't it?
It's brilliant, man. I'm just using it here like casual on your floor, mate. Like.
He's actually not using it on my floor, just so you know.
No, I'm joking. But honestly, no, it's brilliant, man. In all fairness, I was about to say something really ridiculous then, but I'm not going to say it. But
Let's say it.
No, look.
How ridiculous.
I haven't cut my ball bags on it, so mate. It's a godsend. In all fairness, like you can put it anywhere down there. You know, you're quite scared to put it.
Yeah. I do that. I get that a lot, and I said this last week, and it's like every single time I use it, it's like, okay, my confidence is growing here. Mm-hmm. I'm not that scared.
Your penis, but yeah. Sorry, mate.
Oh dear.
Sorry, bro. That's terrible. You're going to cut that bit out.
No, it'll stay in. This upgraded trimmer includes a multifunction on-off switch that can engage a travel lock. It also gives the ability to turn on the LED spotlight when needed for a more precise shave. It even allows you to customize your trim through additional guard lengths with sizes 1 to 4. It wirelessly charges as well. It's waterproof, and basically, you can basically just trim yourself really well.
Mate, that's another thing about being waterproof as well. It's golden for the shower. It's well, no. Let me rephrase that. It's not golden. No. Whoa. It's golden for the shower, not golden shower.
Well, you know what Batari's doing when he's using Manscaped? With a golden shower. You can get 20% off and free shipping now with the code OWhenTheTown at manscaped.com. That's 20% off free shipping at manscaped.com. Using the code OWhenTheTown, you can unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Bataro, what would your t-shirt say?
Your balls will thank you.
And thanks once again to Manscaped for sponsoring our podcast. And thank you for everyone who listens and makes stuff like this possible for us. It's great. So opening game stats then. Producer Jacob put this segment in today's podcast as we are building up to Luton v Peterborough at the weekend. Bataro, 2011, 1-1 draw with Forest Green, Dean Beckwith scoring. Producer goes there. It's in the conference days, obviously. Do you remember the 2-2 draw with Gateshead? Stuart Fleetwood and John Shaw?
Going back to the 1-1 draw Forest Green, was it these first home games or just first games of the season?
I think these were first games of the season.
Because I'm trying to think of
I don't remember the 1-1 Forest Green draw, if I'm being honest.
I remember the 2-2 draw of Gateshead. If I'm not mistaken, I think John Shaw might have scored a header.
Yeah, must have done. Yeah. On his debut.
Yeah, it was that, wasn't it?
Wouldn't have been his debut.
Would it not have been?
No, I don't know. See, this is...
Oh, mate, this is terrible. I can't,
This is... goes to show how long ago this is when it doesn't even feel that long ago. 2013. I remember this one. 1-0 loss to Southport. Sean Wally misses the penalty.
Oh, of course.
Do you remember that? Yes. I think that was Sean Wally's debut.
3rd minute, I think. Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
And that was against his former club, right? We signed Wally and Parry.
Yeah. That was it, Andy Parry. Yeah,
from Southport. And then he took the penalty, it was saved. And we went on to win the league.
Yes.
That day. Not that day, obviously, because that was the first game of the season, but that year.
I'll be honest, I wasn't at the Southport game because it was away, wasn't it? Yeah, it would have been away, obviously.
I went with Steve.
Yeah.
And Dave.
I remember sitting there, right, with my grandma. This sounds weird, but my grandma, I think it's actually my radio from when I was a child, right? Obviously, my grandma, I went, Grandma, I can get the radio out of the thing. She went, yeah, well, go on then. You want to watch your shitty Luton or whatever. That's what she knows. She is. And I remember sitting there. Obviously, back then, when I was a bit younger, I know it sounds ridiculous. I was like football. Everything was the end of the world. It's a bit like you now still, in all fairness. Do you know what I mean? Everything's the end of the world.
Yeah.
Give us a penalty.
Yeah.
We're sitting there going, we've got all these players that are good enough to win. We'll lose to Southport away. I'll never forget my grandma just turn around and go, will you just shut up? Said, you've got that bloody thing loud enough. Shut up, will you? I was like, here we go.
Stop your moaning.
Yeah, pretty much. A bit like now still, yeah.
All I remember from that day is my mate Steve winning a bet. I think he had Man United to win the Community Shield, and they did. And he won like 400 quid. So he was absolutely buzzing.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he won like a free 40-1 acca with a tenner on it or something. So yeah, he was absolutely buzzing. The following year, 1-0 win away at Carlisle. Mark Cullen scoring our first goal back in the Football League. Mm-hmm. I remember that one because my uncle was over from Australia. So we got the train up nice and early from Milton Keynes. Nice few drinks in Carlisle. And what an away day. I think we took like 1,000 that day, and it was just...
Is that when Matty Robinson squared it from the right-hand side or crossed it from the right-hand side?
I think so. And that was also when
Cullen, yeah.
I remember Matty Robinson like putting some like proper bit of effort to make a tackle in like the 80th minute, and everyone was like,
what was he like, mate?
Everyone's loving life.
Grizzly bear, but yeah.
Mikhail Smith scoring in a 1-1 draw with Accrington Stanley in 2015.
I was there with you at this, yeah. Hang on a minute, was that Michael Smith or was that?
Yeah, it was Michael Smith, wasn't it? It was like a deflected shot.
Jonathan Smith. I thought it was Jonathan Smith that might have got final touch, or did he hit it against Michael Smith?
Do you know that Accrington away game? We got stuck in traffic. Yeah. We left at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and we were meant to get there by I don't know, like 11.
Yeah.
And that's like a nice time, isn't it, for an away day?
I don't know exactly what time we got there. 5 to 3.
5 to 3.
Yeah. That was excellent, wasn't it?
And like, it's just, for me, because I drove, I was designated driver.
Yeah.
It felt like I had driven like 7 hours, watched a quick game of football, then had to drive another 4 home. And it was just like, ugh. And we drew 1-1.
I did feel sorry for you there.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But I think we did score late on, didn't we? So
it was quite late, but
so it makes it worthwhile. But no, the only thing I remember about, obviously not the only thing, sorry, but the one thing that stands out for me with the Accrington game away, obviously apart from being stuck in traffic for like 6.5 hours, was the fact that we're all sitting there. We haven't had a wee. We're all sitting there drinking beer. We haven't had a slash for about, I don't know how long, like a couple of hours away. We're all sitting there moaning like a little girl. Oh, come on. Actually, that's offensive. Sorry, my bad.
Or a little boy.
Yeah, or a little boy, but yeah. And and I forget we had a milk carton, didn't we? Like a big old 6-pint or a 4-pint.
Why do we have a milk carton in the back of my car? Because you love drinking milk for some reason.
Well, yeah,
when you're pissed on an away day.
Mate, not 6 pints of it. No, that's only afterwards. I like to have a little bit of milk. Yeah, but anyway, I never forget. And obviously, Steve, I need to go to the toilet. And I think obviously your dad's friend Steve as well.
Yeah.
And they were all sitting there, got a bit of bladder shy, didn't they? And I just remember cracking it open and just giving a fucking bottle, lads.
In my car, may I point out, this was like, no, we're pulling over.
That's probably when I wished it had my sense of smell and taste, you know what I mean?
Yeah, same. Tell me about it. 2016, you were at this one, mate. 3-0 win away at Plymouth. Hilton, Marriott and Jonathan Smith scoring.
Me and Steve. Why weren't you there?
Well, 2016 was when I first got my first job in radio. So I was working Saturdays, 3 till 7. And like, for me to have to give up football was like the end of the world. And I remember it was like one of my first Saturday shows working in radio. And I stood there in my Luton kit. I used to illegally, I don't know if I admit this, but I used to like illegally watch all the streams because I managed to get down a VPN and then you could watch iFollow in England. So literally my Saturdays were sorted. I was in such a routine for like 3 years on a Saturday. I'd get to work at 1 o'clock. I'd set up my iFollow stream. I'd go on the radio at 3 o'clock and I'd sit there and I'd watch the game between this while the songs were on. It was literally, I loved it. But
because I think I used to use your iPad and use it at football.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't get to go somewhere or whatever happened, I think I used to use your iPad.
I saw how much fun you guys had at Plymouth that day, and I kind of wish I was with you guys.
Right, it was fun, but I drove there and back in the same day. And it was
but I've heard a few, you know, like people saying 5 and drive. Did you not take that to a bit of a new extreme?
No. Well, yeah, I had 5 a day. Yeah, I had my 5 oranges.
To be fair,
but it's why I stopped off at Western Superman to get paracetamol and a bottle of water.
Yeah, no, you weren't over the limit, but you were maybe just a bit.
It was a long day, mate. We started at 7 o'clock in the morning. All right.
Yeah, it was a long day.
Got to McDonald's, set off, got there. It took about 4.5 hours to get there.
Yeah. And you were in Western. Stephen got smashed there, didn't he?
Yeah, he was steaming, I think. Well, he gets steaming after about 4 shandies, so yeah. Sorry, Steve, you're listening, mate.
2017, the 8-2 win against Yeovil was absolute madness.
Oh, mate.
Madness. I couldn't believe what I was watching. That was another.
McCormack's goal as well. Whew.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah, and another banging win. 2018 to 19, a 1-0 loss away at Portsmouth when we absolutely dominated them the whole game. We had like, I think you look at the stats of that game. I won't get them up, but you look at the stats in that game. Okay, I will.
Didn't we hit the woodwork like twice as well? I think Collins.
Colo hit one.
Yeah.
Sheehan
slipped. I know he slipped over it, didn't he? Sheehan for the goal. Did he slip over?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously they squared it and scored. I just never forget that we. Yeah, like you say, Greg, we dominated. Like domination was like, that's an understatement.
I remember watching that and just thinking, wow, we've just outplayed Portsmouth. I've got the stats here then. So we did 58% possession, 10 shots, 2 on target to their 6.
It doesn't look that good. Does
it? It doesn't actually. But I think
better,
anyone who watched that game or remembers that game will go, yeah, we outplayed them that day. We were unreal. Lucky Pompey were rescued twice by the frame of their goal as Luton dominated for large spells of the League One game.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just call me
And, that was and the thing is with that game, it was our first game back in League One. So to come up against Portsmouth away, who at the time you looked at and goes, Portsmouth are probably 2 years ahead of us, a couple of years ahead of us, aren't they?
Our first and last season back in League One.
Yeah.
Straight back up.
Brilliant.
Shoo, there you go. Have some of that.
I feel like we didn't give that 8-2 win enough talk there. But
Should we go back to it then?
Yeah.
The
8-2 win.
8-2 win. It's just,
Colo hat-trick on his debut.
yeah. There you go.
Isaac Vassell scoring.
Yes.
Alan McCormack scoring a worldie.
Yes. Did Vassell get 2 that day?
Both Lees score? No, one Lee. Elliot Lee. I can't remember. Well, so many scored that day. I can't remember.
Mate,
but
it's ridiculous. All I'll never forget, obviously winning 8-2 the first game of the season, wherever it was, at home. Well, it definitely was the first game of the season.
Well, that was definitely
was there, but idiot. And I'll never forget the week after we went to Barnet.
1-0 away
we
to
lost
Barnet.
to Barnet 1-0. Oh, mate. And then I think just shortly after that, I think Isaac Vassell left, didn't he?
Literally, I think he didn't play that game. You know when people always about their clubs and they're like, that is the most like insert club name thing ever. I just feel like that is the most Luton thing ever. Winning that opening game 8-2 and then going away to Barnet the next game and losing 1-0. I don't think it gets more Luton than that.
No, well, it kind of brings us back to the conference days where I think we went on that ridiculous run. I think we played like 20 games. We scored something like, we played like 6 games. Towards the end of the season, we scored like 30 goals in or something like that. I think we were winning, excuse me, I think we were winning sort of like 4-5-1s and 4-0s and absolutely smashing it. And I think after that, it got to a point and we still didn't go up.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously we didn't go up, do you know what I mean? Clearly. But like you say, it's the most Luton thing, isn't it? We have like good runs and you go and smash teams off the park and you still can't do it.
We did go up that year, didn't we?
What, the season?
The 8-2 Yeovil.
Yeah. Second place behind
Accrington.
Accrington, yeah.
2019, the 3-3 draw with Middlesbrough. Do you know what, right? This wound me up because it was our first season in the Championship. I had left my radio job because I was treated like shit by my boss at radio. And I basically said, I'm leaving. I'm going to quit. So I did. And I remember going, at least now I can go to Luton games. And this is how I started working in football. I basically...
You're a knob.
Luton were sold out of season tickets. I couldn't get a ticket. And I thought, you know what? I've done some video work, working in radio. I'm going to go and ask the club if I can do a bit of video for them, which I did. And I was expecting to be at that Middlesbrough game. I had booked a holiday and it was all planned to come home on the Friday evening to go to the Saturday game. And then we got Middlesbrough. It was moved on to Friday night for TV.
Yeah.
I was like, So me and Steve watched that in Cornwall in a pub and it was absolutely brilliant. But I kind of wish we were there as well because that Bradley goal.
Oh, mate, it's just worth being there for that and penalty miss as well. It wasn't really a penalty either. But I'll never forget, obviously, on the way home, obviously, I had to get the bus. That's probably the one only, well, not the one and only time, but one of the only times I had to get a bus. And I'll never forget, I sat there for about 40 minutes on the phone to you and Steve. You look like absolutely steamrolled.
Yeah.
So was I. And
I did a call with Talk Sport that night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's carry on, sorry.
But yeah, no, go on, crack on, mate, on. But yeah. But no, I should never forget, I missed the bus stop, right? Obviously, I had to get off. So, and before you know it, I had a few beers, met someone outside the ground, obviously, then went to the pub. Anyway, came back. And then, I never forget, I meant to get off in Dunstable. I ended up in Lucy Farm. Wow. I don't know what I was doing, But yeah, I was on the phone to you boys, and I was saying, but why would you go to Cornwall? Just come back, mate. Just come back.
We had booked it to be home for the Saturday, and it wasn't until they announced it on TV. But look, either way...
But you should have still come back a day early. Yeah. It's your own fault.
Yeah, well, we had a brilliant time watching it on the telly where we were.
I had a better time on the ground.
Do you know, you probably did.
Do you know what? I feel like Dave. I'm sitting in this chair. That's something Dave would say. Yeah, I had a better time, all right? I remember the build-up to that game. Obviously, it was so much excitement. It was our first season back in the Championship. And for me, it was that night where it just all felt real. It was like, we are the first game of the football season. We are kicking off the whole footballing campaign for the year. And we were in this bar in Cornwall. They let us have like the best seats in the house. They turned off all their music for us to watch Luton. Nice. We had the TV on from like 6 and watching the build up, and it was like that new camera angle at the other side of the stadium. And it was like, wow, like we are in the Championship. And then it was just like full stadium. And
the game starts and it's like, okay, and then we go 1-0 down. It was a bit of a sloppy goal and you're thinking, okay, right, Championship's tough. And then I kind of thought, all right, this is going to be it. This is going to be it. And then Bradley scores that screamer. Craney's putting us 2-1 up. And then it's just like, we're just like sat there in the pub like,
brilliant, wasn't it?
This is unbelievable.
We probably could have won that as well. Realistically, we could have won that as well. Obviously, I know we was under quite a lot of pressure that day as well. I think Sluga made 2 or 3 like absolutely outstacks. Obviously, I was behind the goal.
Yeah.
And there's one, I never forget this one save. I looked at Sluga and went, so what's this goalkeeper about then? Record signing.
Yeah.
And he pulls off his absolute world. I mean, he looks at it like that. He's gone, whoa, flew across the goal. Do you know what I mean? He's like Superman flying through the air. Tips it over the bar, makes a couple of great saves. Obviously, lo and behold, whatever happens at the near post happens with him. But we can't fault him. Obviously, like I said, we were over that.
He made a manic save in that second half as well when he comes rushing out to deny Assombalonga, I think it was, through 1-on-1. And you think of that game and just the occasion. I remember, I think I tweeted at full time just saying, I've never felt more proud to be a Luton fan. And I know it's just like my girlfriend's a Brentford fan upstairs, she'll think I'm being really dramatic. But a 3-3 draw at home to Middlesbrough, it was like, we've been on that journey of conference for 5 years and back-to-back promotions and just everything we'd been through. It was kind of like leading to that moment of like, we are back. We've just put on a show in front of the whole world. It would probably have been whole world. It was the first football game of the season. But we've put on a show, especially in front of England, like, we're back. Luton are back. And it was like the best feeling ever. And
Assombalonga missed a penalty as well, which makes it even 10 times better. It should have even been a penalty anyway. Craney fouled him outside the area as well. So, justice was done.
And Colo punched that ball into the net. The best thing about that was my mate Steve. Steve used to do podcasts. People already know Steve. Steve was, he was like, I'm just going to go toilet. He was like, cheer if we score. So he's in the toilet and Luton and Colo's punched it in. I've gone absolutely mad on my own in front of like a full pub. Stephen's like running up the stairs doing his flies up and I'm just like, that's offside, mate. Sorry. It wasn't offside. Punched it in. I thought it was offside, but
mate, we've all done that, don't we?
3-3. Do you know what? Looking at this list makes me sad because I haven't been to an opening game of the season since 2015, which is sad. But last year, 1-0 win against Barnsley where we watched the first half. We paid for iFollow for that first half. And then it cuts out in the second half. It's like you need to pay another tenner. And we're like, no, we've already paid. So we missed the goal.
Got the Reading game in the Cup, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
After that,
Day after, but
still, though, shocking. Remember, we was in the other room.
On Sky Sports News.
Yeah, and we saw, mate.
And it just pops up, Colo scored. And you're like, cool, what a win.
We've missed that. I'll never forget, I'm about moaning. I sat there moaning, geez, I'm having breathing ever again. Sorry about this. I might have to come away from the mic a little bit.
No, we need to come closer to the mic. That's the problem.
What? No, it sounds weird. God knows. If you're not watching this, if you're not actually watching on camera,
look,
the camera's
just
died, funnily
off.
enough, you'd be like, what is Bataro doing?
I'm sorry,
we're not talking about
YouTube.
signings.
I'm sorry, YouTube. Batara, you carry on talking whilst I sort out the camera battery.
I don't know what I was saying now, man. I can't remember.
Well, look.
I went off topic, yeah.
That was a good 10 years of history of opening day, and it now comes up to this brand new season. Luton v Peterborough. Do you look at this game and think, I'm just sorting the battery, by the way, YouTube, just hold on.
Do you want to pause a second, mate?
No.
No, because then you can get me a beer out of the fridge.
Do you think Luton v Peterborough, are you looking at this game and thinking, we have to win this? This is like a must-win first game of the season.
And I would say yes. 100% we have to win this.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Don't you shout at me from a distance like that. That's rude. But look, it's not, obviously it's not, nothing's a must-win game, especially when it's first game of the season. But look, Peterborough, is it, no, I need went, we need to be beating teams like, no, Joe, I'll never say that. But come on, man, if we want to sort of progress.
It's a nice opening fixture, isn't it? YouTube, we're back.
Yeah.
Sorted it. It's a nice opening fixture, isn't it?
Give me a beer.
You can wait for your beer. You still got half a pint there, mate.
That's not half a pint. That's a half pint glass. It's a quarter pint. That's half a pint. Yeah.
But it's good. It's a game that is quite a nice one to start with. Obviously, West Brom second is going to be a lot tougher, and we've got Sheffield United. But you're looking at them first 5 fixtures, and you're probably looking, and producer Jacob asked this on socials today, how many points can we get out of our opening 5? Peterborough, West Brom, Barnsley, Birmingham, Sheffield United. And you're probably looking at them home fixtures and saying...
I'd say 6 or 7 points there. Like, if you're being realistic.
realistically, out them home fixtures, you're looking at a Peterborough win, a Birmingham win, Sheffield United. You're thinking it's going to be tough, but could we nick a point at home?
Well, look, I mean, we're Luton Town. We used to sort of like nicking points, or
Yeah, exactly.
sorry, not nicking points. That's the wrong phrase to use. But
Earning points.
we used to earning points against some of the bigger boys in the league. I mean, look at Bournemouth last season, for example. We beat them 1-0 away.
Took 4 points off Bournemouth last
Exactly.
year.
So
Took 3 off Watford.
if we came away and took points off West Brom and Sheffield United, I wouldn't be surprised. I think people, away fans, opposition fans to us, would be like, oh, that's, well, fucking, you know, we've got to be beating teams like Luton now. They all come out like that shite, don't they? So, but look, who's to say we can't go to either the Hawthorns or Bramall Lane and take points?
And get points.
Yeah, why can't we?
It's exciting, mate. It's coming up so quick. Few more days to wait until a sold out
Bramall Lane, isn't it?
Kenilworth Road.
Sorry, I had to confirm that. Mate, my brain is cloudy. I can't think of anything right now.
Let's do a couple of Instagram questions before we call it a day for today's podcast. James says, how long do you think it will take these new players to gel?
I'm sure they've already gelled in training. I know training's a bit different to match game, but I mean, I wasn't at the Portsmouth game, but I heard we played quite well. And like I said, I watched the Brighton game back earlier.
I think when it comes to players gelling as well, like you said, it can happen in training, and it's all about this like togetherness and the vibe around the camp and just players getting on with each other. And I'm sure there will be potentially like little groups of players scattered around, like this group stick together, this group. But I think when they're all together, you know, I think that's where the team can gel and that team cohesion can
on a
start.
match day for them boys. They're all in the change rooms together. They all know each other.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's much of a language barrier going on. I think they all speak. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, like I think we had Slug obviously last season before, whatever. Apparently, that was a bit of a one, but I think players we've got now, I think they all know how to communicate with each other. It's not like, you know, you see Premier League teams and you look at it and you think, God, how have they got like 10 different nationalities? And
yeah, exactly.
I obviously that is a massive thing of football, I believe, but they all communicate with each other. It all seems like they're on a sort of like, and look, all the interviews we've heard from players, they've all said they're a good group of lads.
Exactly.
And they happy to be playing with them. So, yeah. Why not, eh?
Andrew says, score predictions for Peterborough and Stevenage.
Well, let's give a Stevenage one first. We're going to beat them 7-0 or 7-1.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
And Peterborough.
Do you think it's going to be... are we looking at this Peterborough game? I know we've sat there and just said, look, it's a nice game to open with and we're going to want to pick up 3 points. But is it going to be is it going to be tighter than we're expecting? Is it going to be like a 1-0 or a 2-1?
I think it'll be a tight game. Look, nothing's easy. It's the Championship, man. Peterborough haven't gone up to the Championship thinking we're going to roll over and get beaten. Do you know what I mean? They're going to go for it. Look, however good or shit they are, should I say, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you've got to be professional. You don't overlook teams. I mean, look, teams used to overlook us and look what we did to them. So
Yeah, exactly.
at the same time, the only thing I'm saying in the thing with obviously beating Peterborough, I've been hearing that they haven't got a fit striker at the moment and things like that.
Marriott's not played, I don't think, in pre-season.
No.
So.
And I think they've got a lot of people out, a few people out injured as well. I think it's a bit of a disrupted team. So, look, if it's a disrupted team, I mean, I know we're disrupted as well, but without sounding disrespectful or, you know, to them, not that I like them or anything, but we've had 2 years now to build in the Championship. They've only just gone up, and I think they've lost a couple of players as well. So,
and we look stronger than last year on paper. So,
well, yeah, but although not everything's on paper, you know what I mean? But yeah, I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but
games aren't won on paper. I 100%
of course
get
not.
that. I think personally, I think it'll be tight and tough, but I can see us getting like a 2-0 win against Peterborough.
Yeah, to be honest, mate, any kind of victory I'd take.
I would just love an early goal. Just 1-0 after 10 minutes, then it gets maybe like 20 minutes to go. Peterborough starting coming at us a bit, and then we bring on Mendes Gomez. He walks around 5 people and tucks it in the corner, and everyone's happy.
If he can walk around 5 people and tuck it in the corner, I'll be over the moon because, to be honest, if you can walk around 5 people and score in professional football, that is outstanding. In fact, that's ridiculous.
It would be amazing.
That's like FIFA Street, that is.
Well, it's all kicking off in a few days' time. I cannot wait. And the podcasts are going to just carry on regularly. Mondays. Next Monday will be fine.
Yeah. Well, hopefully.
And then Well, yeah, I'd say I will be fine. Let's hope we're fine. Enough for the positive result our way on Saturday. Let us know your score predictions, Em. What's it going to be? Luton Peterborough. What kind of game are you expecting it to be? A tough one? Is it going to be tight? Are we going to? Is it going to be a walk in the park? Is it going to be 4-0? Is it going to be 5-0? Is it going to be 1-0? Are we going to lose? We're going to draw? Let us know your thoughts and your predictions. When the Town on social media. And producer Jacob put a post out as your reminder. Thanks so much for watching today and listening. If you want to get us on YouTube, you can. The Town. Socials, the Town. And yeah,
lovely stuff. Thank you very much. Do you know what? It's great to be back.
As I say, it's nice to have you back here. It's more fun when you're here.
Sure, it is.
It's not fun when Dave. It's just me and Dave. But
that's rude. No, Dave. Like, I know you're listening. Obviously, that is so rude. And then when you come back, just give him a big slap.
No, because it's fun just having everyone. I just want everyone here. I just want COVID to go and everyone to be here all the time.
I'd like to breathe properly when I'm doing it instead of like...
I'd love you to be closer to the mic so everyone can actually hear you.
I literally cannot.
Look how...
Mate, the closer I come, it's hard to...
like
Christ almighty.
Look,
do you know what? I'll tell you what. Get me a bloody one that goes around here.
It's like this.
Comes next to my mouth like here, like that. That sounds weird. Don't ever... like, please understand. But anyway. But one that, wants to go...
yeah,
front
that's
of here. So that I can move into it, you know what I mean? So I can breathe properly.
God, you don't want much, do you? Anyway, that's all we've got time for today. Thanks so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching, and we shall see you next week.